So here you are, Theseus at last. Welcome. Scant reward for so much effort, eh? Crack the labyrinth and you would at least expect to see the Minotaur before it kills you. Ah well, it seems only fair. Come then. Masks off.
I like the added video effect that they added.
Shocked? I would be. I'd revel in it if I were you. That sudden jump of the pulse, the cram of the fight or flight chemicals into the belly. So sweet while it lasts.
Well, he talks, let's see, at these prototypes, which are quite nice as well.
A century or more since my pleasures were anything but cerebral. I took the path Karl Rasch refused, the cold road to immortality. I'd hoped to wear prophet's suit myself, take on the weapons he brought us, wear his armor, enter the labyrinth and confront the Minotaur. But now, you will have to finish what prophet began.
Get out of there, Alcatraz!
No! Wait! There is a final piece of the puzzle you need. There on the desk. Take the syringe.
Also, what's quite cool, or was quite cool, they have these alien artifacts that look like the Crysis 1 artifacts all over the room.
Take it. Take it. Take the syringe. Take the syringe.
And this is the most important story event, which I will talk about at the end.
Yes, there. The Tunguska iteration. The key to all gates. You think I'm based in this cesspit city because I like it here?
You were waiting for them. Why didn't you warn someone?
Warn whom? Humanity at large?
Look what you've done, old man! They're here, you...
That's right, Nathan. The owners are back. Waking the systems, firing up the boiler, back to spring clean the old family residence. And not much liking what they found festering behind the fridge. Can you blame them, really? Ah, the angels of death at last. My escort back to human frailty. Well, took you long enough. Become prophet. Take on his armor. Strike for your species, for humanity and all its thumbling, half-made glory.
Get out of there, Alcatraz!
Yes, that's it. Go. Go. Save us all.
This is Jacob Hargreave to all cell personnel. Commander Lockhart is dead. I will be joining him shortly, and the Prism facility is wired to explosively self-destruct. Subject Prophet is now your only hope of turning back the alien invasion. You will therefore discontinue hostilities and afford him every assistance you can as you evacuate this island.
All Prism facilities will explosively self-seal in 10 minutes. Your employee duties are terminated. Please exit via the indicated channels.
Alcatraz, the roof is trashed. There's nothing flyable up here. I'm heading for the Queensville Bridge. Meet me on the far side if you can.
There was a small sneak peek, but since this game does not have a lot of content, it was only small. But what I could say without spoiling it is, Prophet went in on one end and he came out in New York City. Not expecting it to be New York City.
Lost the target.
As annoying as it seems, this right here is my most favorite scenario. Because it's all about corner peeking and holding. No bullshit.
Listen to me, Alcatraz. Hargreave never bluffed in his life. This place is going up. You've got to get out of there.
Access via the indicated channel.
Moving, Alcatraz. We're heading across town to the bridge. Hurry! To get back to Manhattan. We lose the suit, we lose everything.
Will there be an afterlife, I wonder? Choirs of angels? Or a fiery pit? One unlearns these falsehoods over time, but the child who learned to fear hell is never really gone. To tell the truth, I think I've had quite enough of afterlives as it is. This one has been pretty purgatorial. Almost 50 years floating in super cool jelly like some medical specimen. Thoughts creeping like rats through the cramped silicon corridors of machines, trapped behind video screens and camera systems. Never sleeping, never resting, never ceasing to think about the world you no longer belong to. No, if this is a taste of the afterlife, I think simple oblivion will do nicely.
All prison facilities will exclusively self-seal in 3 minutes. Your employee duties are terminated. Please exit via 15 channels.
Don't waste your time, Alcatraz. Get across the bridge.
Heh?
Almost 50 years floating in super cool jelly like some medical specimen. Thoughts creeping like rats through the cramped silicon corridors of machines, trapped behind video screens and camera systems. Never sleeping, never resting, never ceasing to think about the world you no longer belong to. No, if this is a taste of the afterlife, I think simple oblivion will do nicely.
All prison facilities will exclusively self-seal in 3 minutes. These are terminated. Please exit via 15 channels.
Don't waste your time, Alcatraz. Get across the bridge.
Almost 50 years floating in super cool jelly like some medical specimen. Thoughts creeping like rats through the cramped silicon corridors of machines, trapped behind video screens and camera systems. Never sleeping, never resting, never ceasing to think about the world you no longer belong to. No, if this is a taste of the afterlife, I think simple oblivion will do nicely.
All prison facilities will exclusively self-seal in 3 minutes. Your are terminated. Please exit via 15 channels.
Don't waste your time, Alcatraz. Get across the bridge.
owned.
Compatibility registration complete. Nanocatalyst viability assessment complete. 100%. Thermostat iteration installed. Total systems online. Ready to deploy.
They changed this animation as well.
I bet your ass in Dear Marine. We're going for a walk in the park.
Because if I remember it right, of course, I think the original had the same virus, but just with a white core. Small nuances here and there.
Tell you. Go give me a fucking break.
But I could have helped you.
Yeah, right. Look, you want to help me find this guy. You're so sure he's the key to all of this.
No, the suit is. Alcatraz and the suit together. That's the weapon.
Yeah. Chino, anything?
Nothing, ma'am. Sweep complete. We're working our way back along shore.
I don't think we're... There! That's his signal! There he is!
No. Back to the vehicles. We got him. Over here! This way, over here!
Sorry guys, I just needed to take a little swim.
Jesus. I thought you were at the bottom of the river for sure. So, bye-bye, Hargreave. I guess we're on our own.
Good to see you, man. Listen, I finally worked out.
Later, Professor. You can give the lecture en route. This way. Let's go.
Poor Gould, nobody lets him talk.
Reach substructure in Central Park. Mount the vehicle.
Alcatraz. Man, you made it out.
Listen, Alcatraz, that chunk out of Prophet's memory, from the look of it, the Ceph are based right under the reservoir in Central Park, and Prophet got in there. That's where the main spool regulator is. That's the trigger point. We get you, we get the suit inside there, we've got a shot at rolling back the whole invasion. But we need to bust into the park while there's still time.
That's the channel, ma'am. Go ahead.
Colonel Barkley, this is Lieutenant Tara Strickland, seconded Special Operations Group. We are en route to Central Park with a weapon to wipe out the Ceph incursion. We have commandeered cell transport, but we need air support. Can you assist?
Miss Strickland, this is Mark. Listen carefully. I just got out of a fight with the Pentagon, whose best idea right now is to drop a tactical nuclear strike on Manhattan.
Sir, that is insane. This city is still full of people. And there's Brooklyn, Jersey, the fallout. They can't...
They will, Miss Strickland. They see it as a necessary price to stop the Ceph. And I'm having a very hard time offering alternatives. Now, you have a very limited window in which to do whatever it is you plan to do.
Well,
After that,
last time nuking the Ceph was a very good
Negative,
idea.
Sir. Professor Gould has convinced me we have a real shot at winning this, but we must act now. I repeat, can you assist?
contact! Open fire! Fuck! Fly! Fly! Hold shit! I'll see what I can do. Got runners. 9 o'clock.
Alcatraz!
My tank.
Alcatraz, come in! God damn it, where's his signal? Alcatraz, if you can hear me, I'm triggering our GPS beacon. Get to higher ground, home in on our signal. We're pinned here. The Ceph are coming out of the woodwork everywhere. I'm gonna try to reach Barkley. Colonel Barkley, sir, where is my air support? We are pinned down here.
I have a ground assault jet inbound from McGuire to your position, but there's some kind of Ceph transmission screwing up the frequencies. The pilot will need targeting assistance. Is Alcatraz with you?
Alcatraz, get to higher ground. Air support is on its way.
Alcatraz, we're flying weapons blind here. I need to see targets now.
Tactical options available.
Call sign Alcatraz, we have your suit signal filed and cross-linked with our weapons. We're gonna need line of sight targeting on the enemy. Please confirm, can do.
He looks so cool. His nano gear is way better than mine. His is red and stuff.
Call sign Alcatraz, please confirm line of sight targeting. We are on approach.
I didn't use this gun for the longest time. But it completely immobilizes your opponent.
Target confirmed. Stand by. Incoming in 3, 2...
Shit, man. That was too close. That was...
Let's see if I still am allowed to abuse this. I want my cross. Enough hip firing a heavy machine gun. In the normal Crysis 2, they don't have pathfinding that can get up here, or it's very rare that they find their way up here.
Up there, you gotta get back here.
Boo! I'm not getting wet. Immersion.
Alcatraz! What the hell just happened out there? We're reading massive seismic activity and...
Sir, you're not gonna believe this. The entire park has just risen out of the ground. We're gonna need an immediate airlift and armed air support, as many aircraft as you can manage, sir.
Understood, Miss Strickland. I'll do what I can. God help you all. Listen to me, Alcatraz. Your air transport is inbound. 6 commandeered cell helicopters. It is all we have, and we are all out of time. Be advised that failing any successful resolution of this situation, the Pentagon have authorized a STRATCOM tactical nuclear strike on the Manhattan structure, effective in 20 minutes. Whatever you plan to do, get up there and do it fast.
I guess we are gonna move on uneven ground, eh?
Scorpion 1, on approach. This is Scorpion 3, coming up on the plateau. Christ, look at this thing.
Incredible. once you're in, the suit should take care of the rest. You'd rather take your chances with the nuke? This is the only shot we have.
No hope in hell we're getting near that thing. Ground's too unstable to land. Atmospherics are reading off the chart. If you want out, this is as close as we get.
All right, Scorpion 3, drop him off. Alcatraz will shadow you as far as we can.
Good luck, pal. Better you than me.
Better me than you.
Alcatraz, we're still up here. I got the suit feed up and running. I'll give you as much technical support as I can, but I'm playing catch-up myself. For now, just work your way up to the spear. Right on your shoulder, man.
Ooh. A little bit of different scenery.
Oh, man. Look at the calving on this thing.
Minor but cute.
Alcatraz, listen. All this bedrock is just hanging off the lithoship structure. It's completely unstable. Could go at any time. You gotta watch for stress fracturing. There, see what I mean?
I think he knows, Gould.
That's why I'm missing my last Uber delivery. I'm not using the suit, by the way. Like, you have a lot of hacks you can use to comfort the enemy more, to shift the battlefield more into your favor. But I'm not doing that. Even so, these are especially cool. But I think in my eyes, the game becomes too easy. It flew through the greenery. I thought I was smart, but I almost dug my own grave.
time. Whatever you did back there in the hive, do it again. Good luck, man.
New enemies. I knew he was coming, but I thought he would be a little bit further away. Not sure if they just shrunk the arsenal that was here, or if it glitched into the ground. Wasn't so sure if it was him. Or if he traded places with someone.
No time to stay and fight, man. You gotta get back in there.
I thought he popped and stopped DPSing. Oops.
But make sure you tool up before you... Oh.
They're cloaking Alcatraz. They're right on you. They're right on you. Listen, Alcatraz, the spore is reactive. It's a protective system. You need to look for cyborg cabling in the walls. Use the suit to wrench some of it loose. Listen, Alcatraz, the spore is reactive. It's a protective system. You need to look for cyborg cabling in the walls. Use the suit to wrench some of it loose.
Hey, dead man. Some trip, huh? Thought I'd gone? Well, I thought so too. Remember me. But the suit, man. Hargreave was right. The suit changes all the rules. They got inside me. The Ceph, they got inside. I had to break the link to the suit, or lose control for good. And you were there, in front of me, dying in front of me. Man, I had to take the chance, give you the chance to finish what I started. It was our only hope. Look at that. Not just New York, not just Lingshan. See? The Ceph have been around forever, man. And they built everywhere. Everywhere.
Ooh, 1080p!
See, we won here today. But this thing isn't even close to over. You and me, Marine, we don't get to die just yet. We gotta go back. Back where we're needed.
Am I reaching the Force Recon Marine just recovered at Central Park? Aware of Jacob Hargreaves' nanoshell? Wait. I'm adjusting the feed. Allow me to introduce myself. Karl Ernst Rasch, at your service. And you are?
They call me Prophet.
I think I found a way to verse my dissatisfaction with this game in one small sentence. This game came out when 720p was the highest resolution on the internet. I think that hits it pretty much right on the head. All these scuffed textures, the non-improvement of graphical fidelity by RTX tech, through RTX tech. Like, it really doesn't matter if you shine a pretty light on something that you have not redrawn to fit the resolution a gamer will play on. You know? They are all still 720p everything. Like when here Mega Man came and I restated a lot of the stuff I said before, like we were touching one of those virus thingies right there, and I thought it was just a niche little thing I discovered, the pixelated line that I highlighted, but man, that moment just spiked it and made it clear that every texture was just stretched to fit the new model, which is yeah. And nah, that example fits perfectly if the game was ugly. But this is not an ugly game. This is just not the right resolution for the game. In order to make this as good as the previous Crysis 2, they would have needed to redraw. And I said it before, like, that is a minimum for the game, because Remastered was set up to fail from day one of the project. It was designed to fail the moment it got proposed in the office. Because back then, Crysis dropped jaws. Because they had something no one else had. And when you slap the big dick of Crysis back onto the gaming table, like, you have to go big dick. And here, like, I really like how absolutely true to the original game this entire project Crysis 2 Remastered was. That there were barely any changes. The changes that they did were there to give you more to shoot at and to make it more challenging. What they didn't do, what they did in Crysis 1, is make the AI harder to deal with. Like, I really could feel it in the Crysis Remastered, that they improved the that they just heightened the attention range and the attention in general, that you could not just walk by someone in cloaking feet. He instantly would aim at your head and gun you down. Which of course happens here as well, but they were rather, they are in beating range. Like, I mean, you could clearly see it in the when I went to Hargreaves Island. Yeah, the guy that came down these stairs, like, he didn't shoot at me. He was even triple checking if he saw things right. A really human reaction, which is really nice to see in this AI. Which is why I think they have the best AI, not because they are super tactical and all of that. They have a good hint of tactical, but you know, they have this hint of human as well. Yeah, someone once told me, like, you do not need super intelligent AI. You give one guy a role, like, one is an archer and he will shoot arrows at you. Then you give someone a sword, and he will go at your face and try to chop it in half. And then you spice it up and give someone a riot shield. Yeah, a really big shield, and that is all he does. He is in your face or in front of his ally, protecting him, being a really nuisance. And with 3 really easy programmable AI, you can make a really immersive combat experience. And that example was brought to me through the old extra credits, when they still had the man with the auto-tuned voice, or electronic voice, I should rather say. That season where they had that voice was really nice. Since they have the new speaker, a lot of the things they are saying are very vague and became quite inaccurate, which is sad to see. But the old game dev stuff that they have is definitely worth a watch. Just don't expect them to be incredibly accurate, like no YouTuber really is, you know, just a random guy on the internet, right? But yeah, here what Crysis brought also to the table are not only simple rules, but also complexity in the AI itself, because all the constructs, all the role constructs, profiles were in each soldier, but he would act according to the gun he's carrying, not needing to pre-select it. Like, it has even room for randomness through that, but they never took advantage of that possible random factor, which I always found a little bit sad, but it is there. It probably led to a problem at a different section, but yeah, who knows. But we are here for Crysis 2 Remastered, so I should focus more on the graphical aspects in comparison to the previous game, which is why I think the phrase 720p was the height of this game is pretty accurate. Yeah. Then again, I think a lot of the highlighting stuff that they did really falls flat on its face, since now the light is drawn by an outgoing point and not by something the devs had to paint. Yeah, light now has a source, and that made it less cool. And to me, Crysis, the series, all of these 3 games, they are tech demos to me to show off what you can do with the game, and other than that, they are just simply action shooters. Crysis 1 has a hint of the story, and this hint of the story gets continued and solved in Crysis 3, and I think that is a very satisfying way, but Crysis 2 is just a filler. Like, they are really just 3 points that get brought up here. Number 1, the nanosuit will merge with you when you have an injury. You have a huge bullet wound. Normally you need like triage, a binding, maybe bone mass is missing, but the nanosuit is able to merge into that wound, filling it, and not even make your blood cycle clog up, which is incredibly tech, that is incredibly scary. And as we will learn in the next game, a lot of these soldiers that had the nano weave gear on got it removed forcefully by order of an executive against their will. So probably is not the amount of painkillers they needed. As Psycho will say, a lot of the boys didn't make it through the operation. And so we see the horror and the blessing of the nano gear in that sense. And I think it's a very nice and way to structure their canon to be realistic. You know? That makes this feel like it could actually happen. Like Kyle Hill is a YouTuber, he's just an autistic nerd that likes to do science stuff. Was once thinking about this Dragon Ball Z or Naruto power pill that you would just eat and instantly you would get a surge of power that you could fight another day. Like how many, what would you need to recreate that pill or bean in real life? How many calories, what sort of drugs would needed to be in there to accelerate the absorption, not only the absorption, but also to fight the previous pains and exhaustion of the body, to get it back into fighting shape, which is quite interesting. So if you search Kyle Hill Dragon Ball, that also is a fun little, I think 20-minute video on the power of a little bean. And here the first one was the regenerative ability. Second one is the origin of the nano gear, which is the alien artifact findings. And that Hargreave and his team at some point found some sort of tablets that helped him understand the technology and recreate it. Yeah, and like maybe this part with the tablet comes in Crysis 3, I don't know, maybe, but not too big of a spoiler. They had some help. Woohoo! On that note, maybe don't forget to also pick up on the Rosetta Stone, which helped us understand a lot of languages and how we talk today. If you are interested in an artifact that we have that is almost alien in its nature. And the last one is Alcatraz's consciousness. Here and there, he gets these little sneak peeks that he would gain memories of Prophet. We do not know how these memories get into his system. We just see that they happen in a way like I made this comparison with Halo, how a Halo suit needs an operating AI, servo motors to function properly and not to crush its user to death. And I can imagine that the nanogear has something similar, because your brain is pretty freaking awesome. Brains are freaking insane in their power to hear themselves, to conduct information or absorb information. And if it cannot absorb something, it will isolate it and just shit it out. Like, But even controlling something, even supporting something like a nanogear might get really exhausting for your brain. So having that with an extra artificial intelligence, or maybe even multiple ones. Like they spoke always of an indirect computer program, like rhythms. That most obviously is the rhythm that analyzed the alien spore and tried to make a cure that then later on made Alcatraz mutate and combine nanoweave gear with alien artifact with human tissue. Which even made then one of the soldiers really spooked and seeing him as not even human. Which we will see more of in the next part, so that's gonna be interesting. And then the most important part, like back to the memories, back to the life of Prophet. We got more memories, more experiences, more shared events. And then the biggest question is, which the game leaves unanswered, because, you know, if a horror exists, it tortures you the best if you don't really know how it looks. How did Prophet take over Alcatraz's consciousness? Because Alcatraz was just a marine. He was just on a mission to get Gould out, but then he got owned into his squad. Yeah, I like to imagine that Alcatraz just had a shitty day, a really shitty day. Like, he drank tequila the night before, maybe he was sad, maybe he was partying too much, who knows. There's not even much room for imagination. But then getting basically killed, then being suddenly in this high-tech nano gear that will juice him up with all sort of drugs and stuffs to keep him going, sending him onto a mission to essentially save the human race. Extremely stressful and anxiety-inducing. So the question becomes, since we do not hear Alcatraz talking, did he just give up? Did he maybe reach an understanding with the AI? Did maybe his consciousness at the end with a syringe got changed like a robot, just switch out the hard drive? You know? Or maybe the chemical component that gave him the last memory of Prophet, the most important one, maybe that would just make him fade and Prophet take over. The really scary thing is, we don't know. nobody really makes stuff about it. It seems to be a thing that is actually missing in a lot of video essays. Because it's probably unexplainable, but I like to speculate in that area because horror is really interesting, especially like one of my favorite YouTubers, if not even my currently most liked YouTuber is Mauler, Mauler, made a piece once about Soma and Amnesia, The Dark Descent, and why he likes horror games. And in short, in today's day and age, we do not get scared. We are safe. Like, we are not getting hunted by predators every day. The emotion of being scared is extremely scarce. Like, and so getting that emotion evoked by a game or any sort of media becomes a vacation from normality. You know, something to take your mind off of things, and so something that is that was a tool of getting you to stay safe becomes a form of entertainment. Yeah. So that's why I like to dig into these sort of things. Also, as I like to say, if you don't find a way to deal with it, who else will find a way to deal with it? That is something I like to tell people that are extremely stressed or even suicidal. I strengthen their mind, of course, first, but we all need to get through those hard times and figure out a way to make the world better. And the best way to do it is talking about really heavy stuff, if we like it or not. Yeah. Oh. Now this would be the part where a good content creator would be able to turn the wheel around, make a joke or two, and then still send you off with a nice and warm feeling. But I'm not that sort of guy. I am more logical driven. I always want people to improve, and sadly that doesn't always evoke a nice and welcoming feeling. But I hope, I really hope the best for you and others, because in the end it's gonna be alright, you know? So yeah, I wish you a good day, good night. See you around.